I'm Mark Manelli, your host. This is Steven.
Hi guys.
And Tim Davis. And I think you want to stay with us today. How many of you out there like upgrades? What do you mean by upgrades? Would be my question.
Anything.
But anything upgraded. Well, what about a upgrade in self-image and significance in life? We're going to show you how that's possible today and how that reflects on your money decisions. So you're going to want to stay tuned with us for that.
All right.
And but before we go there, little breaking news: we're getting closer to the venue and the date for the big event. And the big event is all about Christians and investing. We'll give you that much right now.
Okay.
Because there will be flyers and neat stuff to come. We have some great people lined up. I've had some contact with Art Alley, the founder of the Timothy Plan. He's wanting to come on board and be here for a speaker. We also had Dan Celia. Some of you might have heard of him before. He wants to be with us. We have great music by a local band here in St. Louis that is incredibly one of the best blues bands in the world, and all Christian.
Nice.
So we're really excited about this half-day event. So you're going to have to keep watching us until we nail it down so you know when to be there and how to be there.
Yeah, one of the things I want to mention is, again, half-day event, and just about everything to do with finances. You're going to want to meet some of these people, but the best part, Mark, free to the public.
Free.
It is free.
However, it may be limited because of the size of the venue, with how many people can come, and for those who pre-register and then show up by a certain time, there'll be a goodie bag.
Goodie bags.
Goodie
Nice.
bags. And we'll talk more. Goodie bags, yeah. All sorts of neat stuff. So that's coming up. I wish I could just nail it down right now, but it's harder than you'd think to find a place to hold an event that we want to be this big and to be able to bring in all the right people at the right time. So we're still working on it. Anyway, this is more than money. It's everything financial from a biblical point of view. We talk about things from poverty to wealth, from getting out of debt to learning how to invest with integrity and biblical integrity. And we cover all these topics. And the topic today is really going to impact every aspect of your money decisions.
Okay.
That's really important. Have you ever considered how much your own idea of your significance in life, your self-image, as many would call it, impacts your money decisions?
Never even thought about that.
I think it makes sense.
It makes total sense.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't think you can do anything right, you're definitely not going to believe you can invest well.
Yeah.
If you don't think that you're worth anything, then when somebody says minimum wage less than $1.50 is what I'll pay you, you're going to go, oh great, I got something at least. You're going to settle for that. When something breaks down, you're going to say it's just the way it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Instead of, you know what, I paid a good price for that, I deserve more. Your self-significance, how significant you believe you are in this world, in this life, your self-image determines a lot of the direction of your financial decisions. And I want to talk about that today. Significance. Significance. It's a word people usually don't use.
Okay.
But as I study the Bible, you know what I found? I have found that almost all mankind is looking for significance.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Women are looking for significance. They talk about how a lot of women are attracted to men that are like their fathers because they just want approval from their father.
Okay.
And if they can't get it from him, they'll seek it elsewhere. Guys are looking for significance from their wives. They want to be respected and honored. They want to feel important. Everybody's looking for significance, but the problem with significance is the source may not be reliable, or even worse, fleeting. Here, think about this. What makes a person significant or important? Some people would say status. Well, I'm the president of a couple companies. I guess I got significance, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
For $50 you could become a president of a company. So there goes that status on it real quick. What about accomplishments? That guy's, he's run more home runs than anybody in the league, or that guy, he stepped on the moon, or that guy, he did this or that. Maybe accomplishments could do it. Or how about wealth? Hey, he's a multi-billionaire. He's significant. Stardom? Oh wow, played in 42 movies. the funny thing again about significance is it's fleeting. Let's talk about some of these things, and I'll just ask you two these questions. Watch this. Watch this. Name 3 Nobel Prize winners.
Nobel Prize winner?
Yeah.
And I'm done.
Would you say that a Nobel Prize winner would be a
significant?
There's one. Wouldn't you say that that would be a significant achievement? At one point.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Sure.
exactly. 1 point.
Sure. And yet nobody can name 3. How about name the last 3 Emmy Best Actor winners?
I wouldn't
I'm
have
out.
no idea. Yeah.
Wait a minute, I thought fame was significant. And yet here they are. They were okay, who won the last 3 Masters tournament?
Don't watch it.
Wasn't that Tiger Woods?
Always Tiger Woods.
See, nobody knows. Okay, name 4 stellar money managers besides me.
Me?
Yeah, you don't manage money.
I don't.
Exactly.
I manage mine.
So all these are in those categories we just discussed, but nobody remembers them. And we just had the Emmys. We just had the Masters tournament. We just had, every year there's a Nobel Prize. So nobody can how significant is it really if the source where it comes from is fleeting like that? So what really makes you significant? Why do we claim the status significance, or why do we claim our significance comes from being rich or powerful or that? When you may have, I don't know you personally, but you may have the one source of significance that changes everything, that raises you above the most powerful, that raises you above the richest, that raises you above the most famous. Why? Because this is the most famous, the most powerful, the most loving, the source of everything good and great, and it's called God. You see, if you have a personal relationship with the one true God, if you've accepted the gift of salvation through Jesus Christ for what He's done for you, dying on the cross for you, you have become a child of God, an adopted child of God. And as adopted child of God, that means you are Prince of the universe or Princess of the universe. That means that everything since God owns everything, you're an heir to everything. You have more wealth than anything. It means that you were, maybe you feel your significance is because of what people think of you. Well, God thought so much of you that He sent His Son to die for you, to reconcile you back to Him. He loved you that much. You are so significant to Him that He did this for you. I like what you said about the cross and Jesus and you.
Oh, yeah. So I've actually heard it 2 ways. One of the things is, so Jesus looks at the cross, and then He looks at you, and He looks back at the cross and says, you're worth it. Or
how significant can you be if the God of the universe is willing to climb up on a cross for you? Is there anything that could make you more significant? It doesn't matter if somebody say, hey, I want to hire you at $600,000 a year. That's not as significant as the God of the universe wanting you and loving you that much.
See, I think one of the issues, like you said, hiring for $600,000 a year, I think one of the issues is we place our significance on something that can be taken away. You can lose money, you can lose status, awards, you can stop being the president, but you can't take away God's salvation. You can't take away His love for you. The significance that you get is based on something that you can't earn yourself.
Yeah.
That's where you get it.
That is so incredible to think about. Let's do a comparison with a couple of stories here. In 1923, at the Edgewater Beach Hotel in Chicago, Illinois, 8 of the most powerful money people in the world gathered for a meeting. These 8, if they combined their resources and their assets, controlled more money than the U.S. Treasury. In that group were such men as Charles Schwab, Richard Whitney, who was the president of the New York Stock Exchange, Arthur Cotton was a great wheat speculator, Albert Fall was a presidential cabinet member, personally a very wealthy man, Jesse Livermore was the greatest bear on Wall Street, Leanne Fraser was the president of the International Bank of Settlements, and Ivan Kruger headed the largest monopoly. Quite an impressive group of people, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Let's look at the same group later in life. Charles Schwab died penniless. Richard Whitney spent the rest of his life serving a sentence in Sing Sing prison. Arthur Cotton, the great wheat speculator, became insolvent. Albert Fall was pardoned from a federal prison so he might die at home.
Wow.
Leon Fraser, the president of the big international bank, committed suicide. Jesse Livermore, he committed suicide. Ivan Kruger, he committed suicide. 7 of those 8 great big money magnates had lives that were disasters before they left the planet Earth. What mistake did they make? Thinking that what they had and what they controlled belonged to them and made them significant. And when that significant failed, when their power crumbled, when their wealth corroded, when their image, when their health corroded, they lost everything because their significance was anchored in mud. It was anchored in temporal instead of the eternal. So you see, what we deem significant drives our money decisions. So, yeah, we strive for a better income instead of enjoying the blessings we have. I know that for some people, they may be shaking their head. Mark, you don't understand. I don't have enough to really enjoy it. I'm not going to argue. I don't know your situation. But if you're not counting your blessings every day, you're missing the point here. You know, we work for recognition instead of recognizing those who need our work. Think about that. We work for recognition instead of recognizing those who need our work. That's powerful, because when we work as unto the Lord, it means we're doing more than making money, and you know, that's part of work. But we're doing it in a way that glorifies God, which means we're serving others. When we strive to be noticed, we strive to be noticed all too often instead of noticing others.
Yeah.
Competition. This world has gotten to the point of narcissism so much. I mean, selfies, internet, you know, live, all these different things. We borrow in the future to present an immediate lifestyle. Wow. We invest for long-term financial comfort instead of investing in the immediate needs of those who are suffering around us. Hey, let's take another test. Think of a teacher, a mentor, or just someone who truly affected your life in a strong, positive way. Think of someone who had made a real difference in your life. What was it that made them significant? Was it their wealth, status, their stardom, or position? I'd say most likely not. Most likely it was how they positively impacted your life.
Yeah.
Or somebody else's life that may impress you.
Yeah.
Not what they achieved for themselves. It was what they gave, not what they had. And the reason this is important is because every day we make financial decisions. And if we make it out of fear or out of doubt or out of any negative feeling, there's a good chance we're going to make a compromised or bad decision in our finances. However, if we realize that God of the universe has made us as significant and more so than He died for us, He came for us, He created us, He loved us. Our significance is anchored now in the only thing that is eternal, and that's God. It won't wilt. It won't go away. We have solid significance. We can start making money decisions, daily financial decisions, from a place of peace. We can start making that from knowing that our position is at the foot of the cross is higher than any other position. That the heir of everything is so much more wealthier than what we could achieve in a temporal 60 to 120 year life, you know. This is why significant matters, and it shouldn't matter to you, because once you get there, things change. Life changes so much. You know, that verse that everybody quotes at the sports arenas, you know, John 3:16.
Okay.
God so loved the world.
He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him should not perish and have everlasting life.
That verse has as much to do with your financial decisions as it does anything else, because once we realize that He loved us that much, we can have the confidence to move forward in life and start doing things better because we know we're doing it for an eternal purpose. That significance gives us the confidence to be able to take step by step and realize the fullness of what Christ would have for us in our finances.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
Amen.
And once you get that, I think you do get that life is.
So much more.
The money.
I hope this was a blessing to you. God bless everyone.
All right. Before we go,
Oh,
we here at More Than Money, we want to give credit where credit is due. And we want to thank our supporting partners. So we want to thank Integrity Investors, LLC. They help us with the funding so that we can continue to do this. We're all volunteers here. We don't get paid to do this. We want to do this.
yeah. But it does cost money to do it.
It does cost money to do it. And that's why we would also love your help in volunteering. If you want to reach people for Christ, if you want to help them realize that life is so much more than money, then we would love your help, and you can contact us. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Tumblr, we have Instagram, we have our own YouTube channel. You can get a hold of us there, or you can even call us 314-212-1405. I always forget every week.
1405.
1405, or contact@mtmministry.com. You can email us. But we want to thank Integrity Investors for their support. Couldn't do this without them. We also want to give special thanks to the More Than Money Ministry volunteers. Again, all volunteers, and we would love to have your help in all of this. We also want to thank our generous supporting partners, and last, definitely not least, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Without him, we would not even be doing this.
Amen.
Amen. God bless everyone.
All right, have a good week.